every day of the finest ingredients in health. Now I have a swell surprise. Made fresh every day.
What's going on, y'all? This your boy KCFL Wrestling Takes. Here to give you my honest review about Wrestlemania 37 Night 1. Now, before the show got started, there was a lot of issues going on with the weather. They had a severe thunderstorm come through, and there was a lot of concern and worry that the show could possibly get postponed. But we already know Vince McMahon ain't postponing his show. So they basically had the fans evacuate. Then they brought them back in, and then the show got started, and then they had to stop again. So pretty much they had the fans evacuate twice. So with the fans being evacuated, this show turned into a promo show. So every wrestler you know was cutting a promo. Drew, Bobby, MVP, The New Day, Sasha, Bianca, tag team title women, everybody was cutting promos. Everybody, I mean, just left and right. Everybody cutting promos. Everybody getting everybody hyped up for all their matches and everything. Like I said, man, how do I feel about night one? Night one was actually pretty good. It was some things on the show I didn't care about, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give you my unbiased take about this show, and how certain things turned out. Let's go. We're gonna open up the show. We open up the show with Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Y'all, this match is great. Bobby and Drew have excellent chemistry. They work well together. They told a great story. MVP was out doing his little stuff, and listen, y'all know how much I talk about us being in these positions. I don't think Vince would allow us to go over because of how his mindset is. Bobby Lashley retained, folks. Now, doing the promos and everything, Drew McIntyre was running his mouth talking about, I want to kick his butt right now. Forget going out there. We can have the match. I can beat him for the WWE Championship right now. Y'all, Bobby Lashley retained his title by choking the man out. Bobby Lashley retained and got his second moment. Really, this is his first moment, because I really don't count that moment that he had when it was him, Umaga, versus former President Trump, Vince McMahon, with Stone Cold as a special guest referee. I think this is WrestleMania 32. 23 in Detroit. Battle of the Baldhead Billionaires or whatever. But Bobby Lashley got his moment. The fans actually gave props. Listen, wrestling is not wrestling without the fans. It was great seeing the fans back. It was great. But I got a problem with the fans, and this will be when I talk about the main event, because I got a lot of people who are not only fellow friends in the WWE universe with me, but they are fellow YouTubers, and a lot of them was at the show, and a lot of them said that a whole lot of people walked out on the main event. I'll get on that when I get to the main event, but this match was great. Drew, Bobby did a great job. MVP did a great job. Kudos to Vince for allowing this to happen again. Bobby Lashley retains his WWE Championship. Great match. Then we get to this botch match. Y'all, listen. We start the show. We open up Naomi, Lana versus Billie Kay and Carmella. Mm. I don't know. Billy Kay pins Naomi, so they get eliminated. So then the Riot Squad come out. Now, the Riot Squad was the hottest team because they was beating everybody. They pinned Billy Kay and them, and then Carmella started kicking Ruby Riott and them. So then here come Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. Now, Dana Brooke was walking ahead. Now, remember, it's been raining and everything, and so it was kind of slippery. Well, unfortunately, Mandy Rose slipped, and it's a GIF all over the place. I feel bad for her. People was laughing and making jokes and everything. I wasn't laughing because she could have easily got hurt. That's why I don't. People be thinking stuff is funny. They start making. She could have easily got hurt. They came out there. Ruby Riott and them retained. They keep it going. They keep winning. So then we get to Tamina and cause they beat them. They beat Mandy Brooke. Mandy Brooke. They beat Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. So then here come Natalya and Tamina. Boy. Y'all should hear how I sound. You should see how I look. I actually said that they was probably gonna end up winning. I don't care nothing about Tamina versus Natalya versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. I don't care nothing about that. Sound like a squash match. They end up winning, so they get them tomorrow night. I don't care nothing about that. So match really wasn't that good, man. Outside of the Riot Squad doing work, Naomi and it was trying, but they just got knocked out right away. You know, we really didn't get nothing. It was just basically get all the ladies that really have nothing going on. Oh, and so this is how they got Bayley on the show. Bayley was basically running around with Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil popping out the woodwork. You seen NWO and them in the back. She pops up and said, well, since I can't be on the card, I'm about to interrupt this and I'm about to start ding dong, hello, all this great stuff. Let me tell you something. Yeah, it's bogus that she wasn't on the show, but let me tell you something. She's starting to get a little cringe as of late with how she been coming across on TV. At first it was genuine, but now it just feels like it's just cringe. I was like, okay, babe, that's enough. So then we get to this great match. So now, at first, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. This match started off very slow. It was slow. I kind of was getting bored, but after a while, Cesaro and Seth Rollins they picked it up. They picked it up. They went out there. The name of the game was how many times was Seth Rollins gonna get spin, and he was doing everything in his power not to get spin. He got spin. I want to say a total of, and that's not even including the helicopter spin when he was spinning them on his shoulders. I want to say he spent them a total of 30 times because he spent them 9 times at first, but he let go. Then he spent them a total of 23. So that's 23 plus 9. That's 32. So he spent them 32 times, if I'm not mistaken. That's not even including the helicopter spin. Cesaro gets his moment. He ends up winning. Good match. Like I said, it started off kind of boring for me at first, but after a while they picked it up. Salute to Cesaro for getting his moment. So now I'm keeping tally because remember on SmackDown we had the first 2 WrestleMania matches. So right there, the heels was on top. The heels is up 4-0. So now the babyface finally gets his victory, and now it's 4-1. Then we get to this match, y'all. This match, the anticipation was how was Omos going to work with AJ Styles, Kofi, and Xavier. Now, before the match got started, right? Kofi and Xavier had to have a boy because he did cut a promo with him. He had popped up out the woodwork when they was in the back. He come doing the little goofy stuff. I said, oh boy, here you come. Listen, it was nice seeing Big E out there to bring him out. Oh, tap up, hey, don't kill it down, be sour, clap for your 11-time chops and feel the power. All that goofy. Listen, this is when we get to the buck dancing. I told y'all, like, listen, I respect Big E, I respect Kofi, I respect Woods. But y'all know they just do nothing but shucking and jiving. That's why I would never be a fan of the New Day gimmick. Y'all know me. I can't stand all that chucking and jiving they be doing. They came out there, the little buck, the twerking, and then Woods with the trombone. It's just some clown stuff, man. So, y'all, listen, I don't know about y'all, but when I was watching this match, AJ Styles was basically getting jumped by Woods and Kofi the whole time, and they played it off as if Woods and Kofi was the heels because they kept doing everything in their power to keep Omos from coming in the ring. Like they do. I mean, they was acting like heels more than the heels themselves, and I'm like, this is kind of strange. I'm like, what are they doing? You know, and the anticipation was kind of cool because you was like, okay, so what is Omos gonna do when he get in the ring? Yeah, he got in the ring and he pretty much did just like he really didn't wrestle. He just was standing around and knocked them out. They really couldn't do nothing. And did a little, I think it was like a choke slam or something, laid him out. Kofi was laying in the ring looking goofy. And AJ said, put your foot on him, pin him with your foot. And he's 1, 2, 3. These are your new tag team champs, AJ Styles and Omos. I don't know, y'all. The match just fell flat. Fell flat for me, man. I don't know. I don't know because Omos is just like I said. It's when you got cast this real tall. Like I said, look at the Great Khali. Great Khali was a tall Indian guy, and he really wasn't that good of a wrestler. Yes, he had the vice grip and the chop, but that was all he had. He really wasn't that good of a wrestler. And it feels like Almas is going down that same route. He's just this big, tall black dude that don't really do nothing. Yeah, he dominates you, but he don't really dominate you in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where we go with this. Congratulations to AJ and Almas on becoming your new tag team champs. So now the record is heels 5, baby faces 1. And then we get to this snooze fest. Oh my god! People that I talked about that was at the show, they said fans could give a rat's behind about this match. They didn't care nothing about Braun versus Shane McMahon. They didn't care nothing at all about this match. They didn't care. They listen. I'm about to say Braun Strowman and Shane. Shane had uh, Elias and Jason Riker come out there try to keep him from getting in the ring. They tried to beat him up, but it just wasn't enough. You know, Shane had to get thrown off of something. Listen, I was expecting some other kind of jump with or some kind of other fall with Shane, but all they did was climb up to the top of the ring, to the top of the cage, and he just threw him off. And then Braun Strowman had ripped the cage because Shane tried to escape it, but he ripped it and pulled them back in, and you know, Braun Strowman ended up winning. And I was thinking, well, ain't you gonna climb out yourself? No, this dude literally jumped down so that he can do his move on him and get the pin. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This match did absolutely nothing for me. This match did nothing. So then Bailey came out the woodwork and hopped up on commentary with Michael Cole and them just acting. I mean, Bailey just acting a fool all day long. And then we get to this match. Now, before the match got started, Miz and them and Morrison had a bunch of clown bunnies and bunny costumes coming. I said, what in the world? Like, why? Just get to the match. We don't need to see this. This was just terrible. So they had all these clown bunnies in the ring. Then they came out to rap their song, Hey, Hey, Hop, Hop, which don't nobody give a rat's behind about. Don't nobody care about that. That was just straight stupid. And so then Damian Priest comes out. And then Bad Bunny had his little entrance, but he was on top of a truck. The truck was on its way. It was making its entrance to the arena. So that was kind of decent, you know. Oh, and Booker T. Now, it's funny. Now, Jim Ross, Jerry the King Lawler was on commentary for Braun Strowman in the match. They had Booker T out there on commentary for this match to see type with Bad Bunny in there. Y'all, let me tell you something. This match was actually great. Outside of all the buffoonery that happened at the beginning, this match is great. This is the great tag team match. Bad Bunny looked well. He looked like he knows what he's doing. And that's a salute to Miz and Morrison. Damian Priest did his job. They was keeping Damian out. I don't know if Damian was still injured, but Bad Bunny, he looked great. With some of the movesets that he was out there doing, excellent. No complaints. No complaints whatsoever. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest, they go over. So now the tally up is 5 heels, 3 baby faces, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to the main event now. This is what I said. I was glad that the fans was back, but I got word from a lot of the people who I talked to that was at the show. They said a whole lot of people walked out of this match, and we already know why they walked out. I don't want to hear nothing about it was late. Ain't got nothing to do with it being late. This was the first time ever where we had 2 black women, and Michael Cole put that on Front Street because JBL was on some retarded crap on the pre-show saying some stuff that made absolutely no sense. He said some foolishness that I ain't even gonna repeat. If you want to go look it up, type in JBL's name, you'll see what he said. Sasha Banks and Bianca, 2 black women, main event in WrestleMania for the first time ever. It's never been done. History was made, all right. You got 2 black folk, and not only black folk, you got black women main event in WrestleMania. This ain't never been done in the history of WrestleMania. That's why I say people get caught up, when we bring this up all the time. We don't want to constantly keep bringing it up. We do not. But when situations where when we get into the picture, that everybody always seems to get some kind of issue on why you guys making it about race. It seems like that's because our people are never in this issue, or we're never in the picture. We're never in that picture. It's like we all, and when we do, we end up losing all the time. That's why I say I'm glad that Bobby Lashley went over. And I know a lot of people really wanted Bobby Lashley and Drew to main event, but that spot that they was in was perfect. That was a perfect spot for them. Perfect spot. And so the fact that we got 2 black women main event in WrestleMania, that is huge, man. That's huge. Now, before online, word came out that Stephanie McMahon said we were supposed to get a cliffhanger in this match. No, we didn't get no cliffhanger. Now, the story going into this match was Sasha was calling Bianca a rookie. That's what the story was hanging on. She was calling her a rookie. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you right now, Bianca Belair did not look like no freaking rookie tonight. And before the match got started, Bianca broke down crying. I said, "Girl, you ain't even won yet, girl. You didn't even win." I understand. I know this is history being made because we never seen nothing like this. Never. This is why I say when they say representation matters, they ain't lying. They are not lying. And we don't want to get to the point where, like, we want to get to a place where we don't have to keep bringing it up. That's why I said they should have been doing stuff like this a long time ago. But the fact that you've waited to this long, and like I said, having Bianca not only win the Royal Rumble, but she came in here, she didn't come to play. She ain't play. Her and Sasha, they tore it up, especially Bianca. I got to take my hat off to Miss Bianca Belair. She went in and she did what she had to do. She showed everybody why she is the EST of WrestleMania. Sasha Banks did what she had to do to make her look good, and Bianca, she delivered. By all means, she delivered. That's what I say. Sasha running around here talking about she the Michael Jordan. Well, let me tell you something. Michael Jordan ain't 0-6 in the finals, honey. Okay? Shoot. He is 6-0. But Sasha Banks, you are 0-6 now. And see, that's one of the major reasons why I didn't want, like I said, I picked Bianca to win this match, but I wanted Sasha to win because I didn't want that stigma. Now fans is running away with it. I seen pictures. Everybody was online with the pictures talking about the streak lives on 0-6. I said Vince McMahon get ready to get a hold of this and he about to run away with this, man. I feel real bad for Sasha moving forward, y'all. Sasha about to mess around and be losing all day. Who knows, man? Her record might mess around and she might. Let's see. Undertaker, he finally lost after 21, right? It was 21-1, right? She might mess around and be 0-21. I hate to put that mess in the air. I don't want to see that because it's gonna make me not want to watch Sasha Banks matches. It's gonna make me just walk out the room because this is now anybody who has beef with Sasha going into WrestleMania. That's all you had to bring up. Yeah, you can talk all your smack, but let me tell you something, Miss Sasha Banks. You can't win the big one. So I already got this on lock. You can talk all the foolishness you want that you the best and all this nonsense, but it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna beat you and it's gonna add another L to your resume. So you can't say nothing. But I kudos to both of them. Kudos to Sasha. Kudos to Bianca. Representation matters. The ladies, they went out there. They did a thing. Main event was great. Now we move on to night 2. I'm hoping that night 2 is better. My final grade for tonight, since I'm breaking it up, is 4 out of 5. I'm going with a 4 out of 5 tonight. I would have gave it a 5 out of 5, but those couple of matches that I wasn't feeling kind of brought it down because I was right. I was at a 3, but this main event brought me up to a 4. And hey, this and them delivered. They delivered so far. I mean, we had it was unfortunate with the doggone weather that took place, but thank God everybody was safe and everything, because that's the name of the game. It's always safety when it comes to the fans and the workers in the back and everybody. Always safety first, you know. So thank God for that. But I got no complaints other than the foolishness that I talked about. It was great, great. So we got night 2, folks. I will be back for night 2. What you think? Hit the comment section up. Tell me what you feel. Are you happy with the results of everything that took place tonight? If you're not, tell me. Let me know. Thumbs up the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I try to, you know me. Most of y'all know I'm more of an AEW head, but I keeps it fair. When WWE put on great stuff, I'm gonna give them praise. If they put on crap, I'm gonna take a dump on it. Same thing with AEW. Hey, listen, hit the comment section up, man. Like I said, it's your boy Kick Severe Wrestling Text. I'm gone, man. I'll let